Whoa. Oops.
What's going on, my dogs, my cats, my little sweet little popsicle babies? Today, highly requested video by my brother, the London system. So, I know Gotham Chess has made a video and some other GMs. I'm gonna dive into those videos, do all the studying for you, and lay it out for you so you can actually practice this very hated opening. Let's go. So let's just start building our tree. It starts with d4 and d5. And now the whole idea behind the London is to build this pyramid. And because it's really stable, right? The problem is we trapped our own dark squared bishop in a cage. So before we build our pyramid, we just throw out the bishop. Fuck it. We just throw it out and then we build our pyramid. You see, this is the core idea behind the London, if you ask me. So the most common responses here by black are either e6 or c5. And I think Gotham said something very interesting about c5, and I'm gonna check it out.
London, you can also meet c5 with actually taking it.
Let's do it.
If you're prepared.
Let's
because if the opponent
go.
tries to win the pawn back, you
Which
can
they
hang
will.
on to the pawn.
So Gotham says you can take this pawn, and the reason is that after black plays e6, trying to capture the pawn, we can hold on to it. We can straight up hold on to it. And if they try to undermine your pawn structure, hoping you will take, you can just defend it with c3. And if they keep hyper focusing on your pawn structure here on the queen side and they play something like b6, now we actually have a trap because we can take their knight. And if they take back, we have this check. And after bishop d7 blocking the check, we have c6 and the game is over, babies. The game is over. Look at this. That's GG. So they can also play e6 instead of c5. And if they play e6, we just throw out the knight. And if they play c5 now, we cannot take it because it's defended by the bishop. Whereas before, it was just undefended, so we could take it. So now, in this case, don't take it because it's defended. You will help them develop their bishop. Instead, play c3 and complete your pyramid, your Big Bang, your London Eye. Call it what you want. It's beautiful, it's big, it's rigid, baby. So now we have a bunch of developing moves. The knights, we bring the knight to d2. And they try to castle on the king side. Now we bring our bishop to d3. It's the only square where this guy should go, because it's beautiful. Oh, it's a sniper outpost. And whenever they play this, you just drop back to c2. No problemo. So the question really is, if they don't play c4 here and they just castle, what do we do? What are we supposed to do? I really feel like we should just castle here, but let's just check with Gotham Chess first.
Yes, you can just castle, and that's fine. But the central game plan I like to employ is mobilizing directly into the middle, okay? Which opens up our queen to then potentially rotate through that available square and target that king side with the bishop.
So what we do here is we just throw our knight to the center of the board. And it's not to take this knight, it's just to open up this square to rotate the queen and get ready for an attack on h7. I think it's brilliant. And if they take our knight, we take with the pawn as to kick away one of their most important defenders of the whole king side. So now we just play queen h5 attacking their king, and they have to interfere with our bishop here by playing f5. Of course, we don't take en passant here. No, we have something much better. We have g4. And again, they are going to try to kick your queen. Don't sweat it. Just go to queen to h6. And I feel like this is a very common attempt of black to save the position by shuffling their pieces a bit. We can just ignore it and bring in another attacker. And if they do indeed attack our queen, we drop back to h3. And on the very next turn, we can bring the knight. Again, threatening with some serious attacks on their king. And they have to defend their pawn like this. Now we just take this pawn and open this file for a rook. So we keep bringing attackers and attackers. We keep the pressure. That's very important that you keep the pressure in these positions. So now what you often see is that black will try to kick our bishop, so they make a square for their knight to go. And in this case, we just castle on the queen side. If they want to rotate the queen to a more useful square, we do the same thing, so that we can play h4, h5. That's it. Easy. The beauty of chess is that your opponent doesn't play the move that you prepared, you will always see. So instead of taking here, they might just drop back this knight. In this case, queen h5 is still a green light. And after f5, we play g4. It's the same thing basically. And at some point, they want to take this knight from our attack, of course. So we just take with the pawn. And g6 is followed by queen h6. And if they want to rotate their bishop to f8, that's okay. We just bring our knight to the attack. And now if we have to queen h3, it's simple like that. And there's not much black can do to increase the defense here. So they might want to play something like b5. Just castle and bring the rook to the attack. Maybe h4, h5 in the future, just like before. We have these massive branches here in the opening. It's a bit confusing actually. So let's just name these branches. This one, I'm not going to give it a name because I like e6. This one is c5. Boom. All right. So I actually was wondering, what if black just plays knight c6, for example?
If c5 is not played, right? If c5 is not played, and instead knight to c6 is played, this is terrible. Because black now has no activity on the queen side whatsoever.
So, if black plays knight c6, we do the same things as always. Knight f3, bishop to d3. And what you often will see is, you can see this in all the other variations too, by the way. They try to trade the bishops. You can just slide your bishop back to g3, and if they try to take it, you open up your rook, which is only beneficial to our grander scheme, baby. Black often tries something like knight to h5 attacking our bishop. In this case, we just go to g5 with a bishop attacking their queen, and if they block with the bishop, we just trade them. And our problem is solved, and they have a knight on the rim. And if they block this attack with the pawn, we just slide back our bishop, and again their knight is stuck on the rim, has nowhere to go, so they make a little square for the knight to go probably. Now the whole king side is kind of overextended, and you know what? We can just castle here. We can just castle and chill and make them sweat for the rest of the game, but we can just lay it back, baby. And here we have another fun little variation, is where black brings out their bishop to f5 before they play e6. In this case, we can just pin this knight, and it's very annoying for black to deal with this pin because they cannot bring their knight to e7 to support the pinned knight. And we also have knight e5 coming, adding pressure to the pinned piece. So the best move here for black is actually to bring back the bishop. So this was clearly not the best idea, but it's very important for white to realize that we, in this case, don't bring our bishop to d3, which we usually do. So pin the knight if they bring their bishop to f5. And after they bring it back, we can just play c4 and attack their center like this. So we have a whole different game, not the usual pyramid scheme. Let's just rename this variation knight to c6, and I'm gonna make it pink. Now there's one other move that black, or many other moves, it's chess, but one of the most prominent ones is bishop f5. In this case, you can choose to stick to your London system, which I respect, but the more critical response here is c4. After they play e6, you can play knight f3, just like we always do. And now black often builds this pyramid that actually, that was our idea. What the yikes. But things are how they are now. And now actually, because their bishop is no longer here, we can attack this pawn. And this is not the best trade for black because it opened up a rook, and their rook is stuck defending this pawn. And yes, we have a double pawn, but we can just play b4, b5 and take their pawn on c6, no problemo. So that's kind of the game plan for the scenario when they play bishop f5 on move 3. When they play bishop f5 on move 3, this is our game plan. I'm gonna name this bishop f5 on move 3. I'm gonna give it the color yellow green. All right, I think we have quite a solid setup here with 4 different variations, which is quite enough, you ask me, but you can add your own moves to this tree. Just navigate to the lines that you want to edit and click on any position, and you can add your own moves before you start practicing. So now that we've built this whole tree, which is beautiful, by the way, if you ask me, we can start practicing all these variations. So let's just do one. I go here to practice, start from the starting position. Okay, let's go. So d4, and now we throw out our bishop and we seal it off. They play knight c6 instead of playing before they played c5. So we know that we can just play knight f3, and if they bring out their bishop, we can actually pin this knight. Remember, we can pin this knight. It's very annoying for them. And now we can play c4, and that's the whole game once they play bishop f5. Let's do one more. d4, d5, bishop, and the pawn, and they play c5. I think we can just take this pawn. This is the trick that Gotham taught us. We can hang on to this pawn with b5 and then play c3. And now they try to attack us like this. We can just take this knight, check, attack their bishop, and once they retreat, we have the discovered check. And the very next turn we can pick up their queen. Okay, you can practice yourself on this website, of course. Just go to winchester.com. It's for free. The first 1,000 users at least, and I think we have like 12. So no rush. But